That's right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Truth Bombs. I am joined by Bachelor Nation outcast James Taylor.
Cheers.
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 Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. No one else would have me. I'm an outcast. So thank you, Ivory.
I'm the queen of outcasts. I'm a corporate news outcast.
Yeah, I know. So here we are together. It's the outcast place. Hang out right here.
It's the way in this woke society, you kind of want to be an outcast.
It's cool to be an outcast. We're like, it's a badge of honor. I might get a badge. Real.
Okay, so we have this new setup at my new home studio. And we're going to get into some more election coverage. I know that I talked on my show yesterday about some big details on elections that were exposed in Wisconsin, one of the key swing states, yet none of the corporate news is covering it.
Again, in Wisconsin, huh?
Yes. Turns out, yeah.
Jeez.
A lawyer brought up evidence that it appears Wisconsin's voter roll system is violating federal law. It's the same system, a voter roll maintenance system used in 31 states. And none of the corporate news is covering it. So I played sound bites from that hearing on my show saying, yes, this did indeed happen in Wisconsin legislature. Anyways, it's just so funny. Looking at the news today compared to the news post 2016, which is exactly what you brought up.
Yeah.
On your Instagram, everyone, you guys gotta follow James Taylor. It's things like this is why Bachelor Nation doesn't like you.
They don't. Yeah, they don't. Because apparently we're conspiracy theorists and crazy and just super fringe and dangerous, according to Joe Biden. You know,
if we question the election, even though all the wokesters were questioning the election 4 years ago.
They were, and it's crazy. I just posted this video. And it went semi-viral, and all it was me being like, okay, everyone who thinks that we're crazy for questioning the election and we're just, outcasts like we are, right? Just check this out. And then it's literally just clips of
okay, so we have it.
Kamala Harris. So you have it? Yeah, check it out.
To all the liberals out there, just because you have a short memory about elections doesn't mean we do. Check this out.
We're very concerned because there's only 3 companies. You could easily hack into them. It makes it seem like all these states are doing different things, but in fact, 3 companies are controlling.
43% of American voters use voting machines that researchers have found have serious security flaws, including backdoors. These companies are accountable to no one.
I actually held a demonstration for my colleagues here at the Capitol. Where we brought in folks who, before our eyes, hacked machines.
You can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
Questioning an election where there are obviously problems is dividing the country. Since when can we not ask questions about our elections? As a journalist for many years, I was a journalist after 2016, and I distinctly remember many people just like you asking a lot of questions about the 2016 election results.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Careful when you call it a conspiracy.
Yeah, I love that clip.
What more can you say? Kari Lake for the win right there. She's a stud.
Absolutely.
I love her.
She's a corporate news outcast too.
She is a corporate news. I got to meet her at CPAC. So nice, just well-spoken, just like, yes, can we have more people like that in politics running the country? I trust her. Like, she has the look. She has a brain. And she's just like, yeah, that's crazy. Y'all were questioning it for 4 years after we proved this wrong. Like, Hillary did the things you're saying. And then there was a fake FISA warrant by the FBI that's like on record. It happened. And we proved it wrong on all accounts. And then this one, we haven't proven wrong. If nothing else, like, you have to at least think there's a bunch of weird discrepancies, all the mail-in stuff. There's at least normal reasons to ask questions. And then they're acting like it's crazy. So it's funny to me. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but so many people, a lot of corporate news people realize this, but they live in fear to say anything. And they just, like Kari Lake was an anchor on Fox Phoenix. She and I are both Fox Corp exiles.
Yeah.
Turns out Fox is woke AF on the inside, and they portray a different image on the outside.
Yeah, because that gets Tucker Carlson and stuff, has huge ratings that people want to see, normal people.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll do just enough. But yeah, that's why people are loving Newsmax and other places, things like this. to go get some real news, you know, with what's really going on.
Exactly. So, you know, just piggybacking on that. I mean, first of all, 2016, the stuff about Russia collusion was proved bogus, yet the media was hysterical about it.
Every day for 4 years.
Spreading straight up rumors. This time around, there's actual real evidence that is getting censored like none other. And that is the wild thing. And if you're any sort of a journalist with any sort of curiosity, you realize this. You probably caught wind of this evidence before it was snuffed off of social media. You can find it on alternative sites. Yet nobody's allowed to talk about this actual evidence that makes you say, wait, how secure are our elections?
Yeah. And what was it? France that had their election maybe a month ago, and it was all in the whole country done, paper ballots counted by midnight. Like no one, the guy who lost, it was a pretty contested election. The guy who lost was just like, that's it. Thanks, guys. Like, cool. They're all on paper, you know, and it's, you know,
other places ban the sort of machines that we have.
In Kamala Harris, it's funny. It's like they tell us what they're going to do before they do it, and then like, okay, well, let's do that. Like they tell us their plans.
I'm so glad you brought those clips up. It is clear that Kamala and all those people are highly aware.
They know
of these questionable.
They know, and then it's like, what do you mean? Don't question this. This is the most secure election in history. Like, no, it wasn't. And you know, then people will tell you, because I'd have friends. So I was living in Atlanta in the 2020 election, and it was well known in Atlanta about the water break that happened. All the Republican people, all the vote count watchers who were Republicans had to leave because there was a flood, apparently like dangerous flood. It was a one bathroom, like a toilet overflowed. So I'm dead serious. Everyone in the place cleared out, all the vote counters. They went to they left the boxes of votes underneath the tables. Everyone leaves. They're told they have to leave. So the Republicans clear the premises. They leave. They go home. The Democrats come back in. No, nobody else. Just Democrat vote counters go straight back to those boxes, and then the video cuts off. It's pretty crazy, and it wasn't a big water leak. Everyone in Atlanta knew it, but the questions were stopped like that. People in Arizona have some friends out there who were like, they were given the Sharpies in this certain county, and then no Sharpies counted. And they tell me these things. And so then you try to tell somebody that, and they're like, oh, well, that's not going to change the election. That's just one instance. I'm like, well, how many instances am I going to hear about from literal friends? I live down the street from the voting place in Atlanta, in Fulton County, where that happened. And it's like, I mean, I have two big instances that I can tell you that my friends saw firsthand. I drove by the place and asked questions the next day. Not a journalist, a stupid country singer. And I drove by the next day and was like asking people outside, police, everybody questions. Everyone knew it happened. But then you talk about it like the Hunter Biden laptop. You're either deplatformed or heavily shadow banned, which I am. I'm sure you are pretty shadow banned as well.
Yeah, I'm doing okay on Instagram. Instagram threatened to delete me, but so far
I live there.
They temporarily took away my ability to even operate my account.
Really?
After I posted about something about polio that we can't talk about on this show.
Oh, all right. Oh, I saw your thing. Yeah. We won't say the V word. All right.
Well, the V word.
Yeah. I watched it. I found it super informative. I do not know that much about it, those things, but check your things out on the V word in other countries. But
on my uncensored website, ivoryhecker.com, which is also where I've been dropping some stuff about elections because people are saying, what evidence? So the evidence that I have, I show, but most recently on YouTube, yesterday, I did that update with clips from the actual state legislature testimony, the lawyer breaking down the actual law. It's the HAVA law, which is the Help America Vote Act. And that is a law that Wisconsin is apparently violating by hiring some out-of-state nonprofit to manage its voter rolls, which are out of control. There's so many anomalies in those voter rolls. 31 states use this. It's interesting. So I checked today, and only one other news outlet has picked up this story. Nobody's covering it. The Wisconsin Examiner newspaper there did an article.
Okay, we got one. That's good.
Yeah, but
right here.
But the headline says he's a right-wing attorney. See there, right-wing attorney, and that trying to paint this idea of bias, and then they make no mention of the Help America Vote Act, which is what he was citing. He was bringing up the law on the screen, saying here's the code. which shows that Wisconsin's violating law. So this article is deceptive. It makes no mention of his actual argument on the law. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah, I think if you're not all that to say, if voter security and just voter like that, your vote actually counts, and we can trust our voting system, that should be, no matter which side you're on, a huge issue for you. I mean, or something's wrong with you, right? Like, just to know that our votes are real and they matter and they count. And so that's something that should always be a question in a huge country that's gone on for this long. Like, you start getting swamps in every country, and people want to win, right? And there's ways to win that aren't fair, and that's happened throughout the history of the world. The United States has been involved in many other elections that we kind of swung our way on purpose, right or wrong. So it happens. It happens all the time. No one questions that. But when it happens here, only in 2020, can't talk about it.
So all of this evidence of election anomalies is what I call them on my YouTube, is why you and others wanted to go to the Capitol January 6th. And that is how you got exiled from Bachelor Nation. I want to talk about this. So, okay, reading articles about you, Bachelor Nation is just so freaking hypocritical. First of all, I've got to talk about this.
Cheers to that. I mean, I'm way ahead of you here. Geez, I drink like
their leftist participants can be loud and proud about being a leftist. But if you show support,
I had to fake it even back in 2016. I kind of was like, I just got that vibe. I was like, if I want to do this, and I'd already done so much to get on the show, I never planned on it. A buddy nominated me. And then I went through all these interviews and lost a bunch of weight because he said I weighed a certain amount and I was way bigger. And I'm getting close to back that big now. Put on some pounds since The Bachelor. But it was like I got there, and after I'm pretty much in the door, we were at finalist weekend. So there's, out of, thousands and thousands of people, they, for whatever reason, chose me as one of the 100 people to go. They fly you out to LA, take your phone, put you in a black minivan or SUV, all blacked out, no phone, and then drop you off at this weird location. You don't know where you are. You can't talk to anybody, and you have to stay there for 3 days. They literally open the door to give you food and then ask you all kinds of weird questions and freak you out. Very strange process. But all that to say, after I felt like I did really well, I was like, I crushed that. I crushed that interview. It went good. And I just knew that in my head. I felt real confident. And I hadn't before the whole time. And then this lady comes in who's like kind of this big shot producer. Won't say her name. But I mean, she just starts like first thing out of the gate when we're like finally friends, kind of about to be on the show. She's like, yeah, can you believe Donald Trump's even running? What an idiot. Like, he has 1% chance.
God.
Like, he's so extreme. And I'm like, yeah, he's the worst. I hate Trump. But like, it was so weird. And that went on like a little. He wasn't even the nominee yet for the Republicans. And it was
she probably brought that up to test you because they.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of for sure. So I was like, yeah, I hate conservatives. They suck. But now I'm glad I did it because I at least exposed so many of those people to a different side. And kind of a little bit like I was the first person in Bachelor Nation, any of it, to be like, I voted for Trump. I'm proud of it. Like, you couldn't say that in 2016. They were hating me hard. Now a few other guys, Garrett, a couple other guys have been a little more outspoken about it, which I'm very happy about. And now that the country's gone to crap, more people are kind of speaking up. So it's good.
It's easier to speak up when you can sense that everyone kind of agrees that Biden really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, no one loves Biden. No one even really likes Biden. They still might hate Trump. They don't like Biden, so they'll be a little more quiet.
It's insane how many factions of American society are like that, where to survive you must act like you're a leftist.
You have to act like a leftist. That's
it was that way in corporate news.
Oh, I believe it.
Sure.
I believe it. It was sad, and it was like, dude, what's going on? It was crazy how I guess we'll get back to the Capitol story in a second, but it was crazy just how after the show, especially after the show, right after, it's like this big fraternity. Everybody in Bachelor Nation is all friends. People about to go on the show, people who are on my season, people from past seasons. A bunch of my season lived in Nashville. I lived in Nashville. So a ton of girls came up, like big groups of girls who had been on in the past, and they all knew each other. Like 20 of them stayed at my house, and like nothing bad, like nothing like sexual. It was all just like this big friend group. I'm like, yeah, y'all pass out here, whatever, hang out. We all go out in Nashville, had fun, just pure good fun. And then days later, I tweet that just because I was like, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm tired of faking it. I'm just going to see what happens because this is what I believe. And it's crazy that no one in this whole big community, I know some of y'all are conservative, right? Now, I talked about it to some of the guys, won't mention their names, but I'm like, these guys are all conservative and they're all just faking it for just because you're supposed to do that now. If you get popular in America, that's crazy. So I'm going to say it, and I did. It was so sad. Oh, I tried to be kind of unifying. Dumb mistake, James. I didn't know until I did it. I was like, guys, I'm not going to lie. And I was very well received on The Bachelor. People liked me right after the show, believe it or not. I looked good on the show. They made me look great. I had a good time, got along with everyone. You know, the girls crying when I leave. JoJo, I'm crying.
Okay, wait, let's play the clip of you on the show because I have this ready.
Okay.
Here it is.
James.
James?
Good to meet you.
I love God, but I let him down daily, and I'm working on that. To the most special woman alive.
Waiting by your phone, he was working real hard to win your heart and tie you down. Now he's all do just enough to keep you hanging around, but I'll be the opposite. And girl, I can promise you this, I'll be the same in front of you as I am around my friends. I'll be true in your way, love you more and more each day, and I'll treat you like the woman who might one day share my name. Yeah, I know good and well just what he did, and I'll be the opposite.
So did you write that song?
I did. I wrote every word to that song.
Wow.
Yeah, the opposite. Pretty song. Real
song.
sweet song.
Yeah.
It's about a lot of stuff, but anyway, that experience was really sweet and special to me. I mean, still to this day, like, you know, I didn't, you know, it sounds dumb, but I just thought, hey, I'm a normal guy. I'd kind of gotten pretty dang overweight for a while, in a not so good job, and the way that she treated me, honestly, she was always just like, you're just like a light out here. JoJo, she was.
Season. I actually watched that season.
Yeah. She and Jordan's a stud. I love them. They're married now. I was rooting for them too. Like I'm like, I think I'm friend zoned here a little. We'd like kiss and stuff, but they had a deeper chemistry, you know. And I was a little slow. I told her first day, I'm like, I'm not gonna like throw you against the wall and make out with you. My parents, grandparents, church are watching this, like, you know. So that she definitely kind of had a stronger physical bond. That's big to a girl, and they had that, and they are so much better than we would have been like for each other personality wise, which is why they're happily married now. I'm so happy for them. They're awesome. Love them both. But yeah, it was she was great to me, but it was crazy that, you know, they did show a very good side of me. There was nothing bad. And so everyone kind of like liked me. And then all of a sudden, just from that one tweet that I said was trying to be unifying, which was something like, hey guys, I'm not gonna lie, I know y'all hate everyone who like votes for Trump and maybe like their friends and I don't know how many like down the road this goes, like their family's friends, you know, but this is crazy. You cannot like a candidate, but stop. This is weird. Like there's been no point in history I can remember where you hated someone for supporting a candidate. Yeah. And like, I like his policies. I'm sorry, everyone with a cell phone, no one's gonna be a unanimous George Washington anymore. Everyone with it has a cell phone in their face since they're 14 is gonna say something stupid. There's never going to be a perfect human. Trump's not a perfect human. I just like his policy. So I tried to be and say, hey, if you voted for Hillary, that's cool, whatever. I even say that in my song, Great Again. And I said that, and people were like, I can't believe he voted for Trump. He hates women. He's racist. I'm like, dude, lost 40,000 followers in one day.
What?
One day.
Oh
and then like 20,000 and 10,000 and 10,000, you know, the days after. All these girls, some of them who just stayed at my place, my good girlfriends, my good guy friends didn't say anything. Wish one of them would have come to my defense. Even my best friends from the show didn't say anything positive. They didn't say anything negative. And a ton of those girls retweeted the worst crap about me, like that I'm racist and hate women. I'm like,
my goodness.
I just was really sweet to y'all and let y'all all stay at my house and hit on y'all. I just let you like showed you around Nashville, had a blast. Like it sucks. So, but it is what it is. I'm used to it now.
It's such a cult. The anti-Trump movement is such a cult.
It's a cult. It's crazy. I'm like, I'll be friends with all y'all. I don't care how y'all voted. I don't care how you voted, but.
Okay, so Rachel Lindsay, I got to talk about this.
Oh, girl. Yeah.
Oh, we got to bring up this article because when you said before on January 5th, you said I'll see you guys in DC.
Yes.
You were planning on going to DC. So did you?
No, I never went to the rally. No, let me just say that to the FBI watching.
Oh.
The FBI.
Because, wait, I think I forget when I followed you on Instagram, but I think you said something on there about the FBI visiting your mom.
The FBI went to my mom and dad's house in Katy and showed up there. My parents are freaked out. Like, where's your son? You know, like being very intrusive. And they're like, what's this about? First of all, we're not telling you where he is. You're the FBI. Figure it out. They're not that good at that anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then so they were super cool. They're like, do you have a warrant? Do you have any? They're like, no, just where's he at? They're like, no. Yeah, like two grown men are taking a whole day to go to the wrong place. I actually had a neighbor reach out that I just saw like 2 months ago. And this was like a year ago that this happened, or a year and a half ago. 2 months ago, a guy that moved in our old house, who went to my high school, but years after me, somehow found my Instagram and knew that I lived there and reached out. And I just saw his messages like buried in my inbox. And he's like, bro, the FBI showed up to our house too, looking for you. I'm like, how many places did they go? Like, I post where I'm at every day. I posted that I'm coming here with you, you know?
So where were you then?
I was living in Atlanta.
Okay.
But there's an Atlanta branch, a whole branch in Atlanta for the FBI. And so it was wild. They went there, but
well, you said you were going to go. Why didn't you go?
I did. I actually had a buddy call me and say, dude, we have some people bailed out. We have this beautiful, cool house. Like, you don't have to pay a dime. It's already paid for. This beautiful, like, resort style house in Utah. And we're going skiing for 3 days. And it was like a bunch of my best friends who all had girlfriends. And when they planned that, I didn't have a girlfriend, but at that time I did. So I call her. I'm like, dude, we're going to Park City tomorrow. So she's like, okay, let's go. So she flies out. I fly out. We meet there. I have the plane. I posted my plane thing, my ticket. I posted like a Burger King receipt from the airport in Utah. We had a layover in Vegas or somewhere. Anyway, I had a receipt like super early in the morning.
So you put the evidence.
I put it all out there, and I was like, dude, and like the FBI can see that I checked into my flight, not that I just like bought a flight and a Burger King receipt. You know, like they could see that I checked in. I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, I don't get it. But yeah, I never even went. I was planning on going, kind of last minute. Back then, it wasn't supposed to be, and I don't know if it ever was an insurrection. It was just a rally, and
that's the thing. Like, just because you go to a rally.
Yeah.
How does that make you?
Don't come to my parents' house.
Like, literally,
please.
Nobody knew that any violence would happen. Even people who committed violence didn't know they were going to commit violence.
Yeah, they got riled up and they did what they did. Most of them were out there taking cell phone videos. Oh, I got in the White House. Was it right? No. But I mean, they did what they did. And I don't think it was incredibly bad. No one had a gun, like not one gun. You know, that's kind of weird.
Exactly.
Really,
if it's an insurrection, why would you not bring weapons?
Yeah, these are the worst insurrectionists ever. If they were, I mean, they suck at it. But I don't know.
So
I was never there.
So you had planned to go to a rally.
Yeah.
And because of that, Bachelor Nation exiled.
Yeah, my boy Stephen Gibbons, BT. I think BT's watching. Yeah, I went with y'all skiing in Utah. We had a great time.
So this article, I have this article, quote, it's time for Bachelor Nation to actually start vetting its contestants.
Oh, yeah. Now, see,
because of people like you.
I know, because of me. That's what they do now so that not that many people are speaking out anymore. They just vet them and make sure that they actually believe it. And so that they believe the left ideology and that's their worldview, and then they let them on. So, yeah, that's the thing. The
authors of this article, they're talking about Matt James. I guess he was the first Black guy to be a bachelor. Yep. And, they got rid of the white host of the show.
Yeah, Chris Harrison.
He was great, but he was
I love Chris. He's a good buddy. I love you too, Chris, if you're out there. I miss him.
Great guy, but if you're a white male, you can't have that.
And all he said, and where's the left on women, like supporting women? All Chris said, there was a girl who, like, years before on the show, she went to Ole Miss. She had a picture with some friends, and like way in the background, there's a rebel flag. I'm pretty sure like the state of Mississippi's flag is looks like a rebel flag, and they're the Ole Miss Rebels. You can't take a picture in Oxford, Mississippi, without probably a rebel flag in 1 out of every 5 pictures you take. And she was like a sophomore, and this was like 10 years later, and they canceled her. And Chris was just, all he said was, "Hey, should we just give this girl a chance, like to at least ask her, hey, what was the context of this?"
He said that publicly.
Yeah, he just said, can we just give her a chance and ask her what was the context, when this happened, how long ago was this, where were you, do you have any thoughts, and just for asking a question to a female.
Oh my God.
Women empowerment. No, they don't. The left doesn't believe in that. They believe in whatever's convenience, and the race car is always.
And
the
you
most
wonder why no one publicly came to your defense. January 6th. This is why you get canceled hard.
You get canceled hard, and he got canned from a show that he helped create.
Literally, Bachelor is just killing its own ratings at this
They're
point.
killing it.
Getting rid of their.
It's like they're doing it on
popular
purpose. It's like Joe Biden with America, just trying to take it.
So, like, have fun with that.
Have fun with it.
So the article is like, well, you know, it's good that you guys have your first Bachelor, but it is not time for the producers to start patting themselves on the back, because now we have James Taylor. And, you know, he actually planned to go to a pro-Trump rally, which is, you know, that just shows that we need to vet these participants in the Bachelor better.
I don't, you know, crazy. I plan on
it says here, on Monday, January 11th, James proudly revealed on Twitter that he had been among the group of domestic terrorists who had stormed the Capitol last week.
You know what's funny about that is I didn't. And I was being very tongue-in-cheek, and this was obvious to any Bachelor Nation fan, and this is so dumb. And the thing that pissed me off about all these, I think there was like 17 different big, like, reputable, or let's just say widespread news companies. You know, you used to work for them. You know how the group think goes. It's just one person makes it, someone copies and pastes and adds a few words. That's what they do. And so, not you, Ivory, but the other people. And so all I said, I was being extremely tongue-in-cheek and saying, I'm saying, what did I say? Do you have the
tweet?
Okay,
right
thank
here.
you.
It says, quote, so you wrote this on January 11th. You said, quote, big thanks to the Bachelor family for supporting me during this time from top to bottom. Conservative producers are the best. Thank you, ABC Network, ABC, and Bachelor for having my back while I legally supported our president.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
you never said you were there.
No, and not only did I not say that, I'm being so sarcastic the whole time. People are already saying that I was there because of that tweet, because I said, I think just on an Instagram story that I was going to go. Oh, no, it was a post. It was a post. I posted I'd planned on going. I was like, see y'all tomorrow and whatever, before I got that phone call, before I changed my plans and went to Utah. But what was crazy is I was being so sarcastic, so I'm gone. That's why there's the difference in days from January 6th to the 11th. I tweeted nothing. We had no service in our little cabin. We're having fun skiing. I don't even know if I brought my phone half the days. But we skied 4 days, get back like the 10th or 11th. And then I tweeted that out because I'm seeing all these people like, James Taylor was he stormed the Capitol. So then I tweet that out saying, thanks for the Bachelor producers for having my back. The conservative Bachelor producers, that is obviously a joke. You know what I mean? Because they don't ever have my back. They haven't for years. They hadn't for years besides Chris Harrison. Not one of them for years because I was pro-Trump. They already hated me. And then so I was being funny like, oh, yeah, y'all have my back while I was legally, you know, because I wasn't even there. And I was like, and then I was posting ski pictures like from the next days of where I was. And companies didn't just say, we think he was there. He had planned on going there. They said, I confirmed.
Welcome to the fake news.
Like big news companies are like Yahoo News, even Fox News. Sorry, Fox News. Like he confirmed he stormed the Capitol. I'm like,
okay, we have this. Anyway. We have a little clip of you being covered here.
Ben Higgins told Insider earlier this week that he can't associate with James Taylor after the Bachelorette alum attended the violent siege in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Taylor, who appeared on JoJo Fletcher's season in 2016, claimed that the Bachelor family had his back, even tweeting that conservative producers are the best. A source close to ABC told Insider it's unequivocally false.
Absolutely not. So yeah, Bachelor Nation's like, no, we absolutely did not have your back.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You've never had my back since the day I left. Jeez.
Oh my gosh. So then
they're like, don't come on Paradise, don't do anything. And then the creator, Mike Fleiss, said, I mean, just trash talked me. It was like, he is
the creator
exiled.
of The Bachelor.
Do you remember what he said?
Yeah.
I love Ivory has everything that I'm thinking that I can't remember. This is
Mike Fleiss. Yeah, he tweeted January 13th. Whoever that former cast member idiot jerk-off is that went to Trump's treasonous rally, got a message for it. You are officially exiled from Bachelor Nation.
Thank you. I do not want to be part of that sinking ship ever again. Thank you.
So then Rachel Lindsay quote tweeted that. Now she is a former Bachelor. I think she was the first Black Bachelorette.
Yes.
And she, I think her dad is a judge who was appointed by Clinton.
Yeah.
In Dallas.
In Dallas. Okay. Yeah. Dallas.
Clinton appointed judge.
Okay.
But she is a loud and proud leftist. But that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're a loud and proud right winger,
can't do it.
Can't have it. Anyway, so she says reason number 4 bajillion that you have to do better with casting.
Yep.
So she trash talking you about this casting problem. We can't have radicals on the show like James Taylor. But here's the thing. Okay, so JJ, do you have this crazy article about her? I've got to show this.
I'm excited
It's
to see
fine
this.
for Rachel Lindsay to spew absolute hatred for a political candidate, that candidate being Trump. So
Big shocker.
She, it's totally fine to hate a candidate, but if you love a candidate, you can't spread love to that candidate.
Spread love, no.
But she can spew the hate. So I have this article, quote, Rachel Lindsay reveals Trump winning the 2016 U.S. election was the reason she didn't sleep with Bachelor's Nick Vial. I don't know how to say his last name. In the
he calls it vile, but it's vile. 100% vile.
So this is the reason she didn't sleep with him in the fantasy suite. Guess what? Well, she was on Nick's show. Trump was getting elected as president.
Yes, that makes me very happy.
So
Good.
here's the thing. So the night she was supposed to be in the fantasy suite with Nick, she finds out that Trump just won. She fell into depression. She drank her night away and avoided time with Nick.
I don't know,
And
Nick
she spoke proudly about this.
Oh yeah, I didn't sleep with a guy not because of my moral standards and I just known him for a week. But here's why you should love me. I didn't sleep with him because he voted for Trump. He was happy Trump won, and I'm having nightmares about Trump and can't be intimate. Yeah, that's wild. That's just wild. Leftist or cult. That's so wild. What the heck, dude?
Because Trump won. Period. She is protesting intimacy, and she is
any white males. Because they
supporting
might have voted for Trump
alcoholism instead.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't.
She's saying, I am going to just get wasted alone because I'm so
It's like that one
Trump.
meme of the girl just, screaming up to the world whenever Trump wins. Oh, just so sad. That's how they all were. And, I will say, Nick might have dodged a bullet on that one. I mean,
well, she says,
I think he might have got done better that she didn't choose to do that. I don't know.
Right. Well, she said proudly, quote, Trump was the reason I got sent home because I passed out in the fantasy suite. Because she was so freaking sad. I was working for NBC Minneapolis at the time.
I hadn't heard that yet, by the way. That's funny. That's funny. I can't wait to tell my bachelor friends, dude, did you know what happened with Rachel Lindsay in the fantasy suite? She passed out. She was so sad about Trump. Oh, that's funny, dude.
Yeah, it was the same way in my newsroom
man.
at NBC Minneapolis. I mean, it was like a funeral. The next morning, I show up after Trump had won 2016. One of our main anchors stormed through the newsroom in tears, just tears pouring down her face. And so everyone was so solemn, and I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, I mean, if Hillary would have won, I would have been like, our country is so dumb, Can't believe we voted for this person who, just not to get you censored, has maybe been involved in some homicide, possibly. Like some weird stuff. We'll use that word instead of the K word. But yeah, like what the heck? I would have been like, this is crazy, and I would have moved about my day because it's over and I can do nothing, and I'm not going to cry about it or get drunk and pass out in a fantasy suite. You know what I mean? Like, dude, grow up.
Well,
it's so weird.
When Biden was announced as the supposed winner in 2020, a lot of people did. I know guys who turned to alcohol as well. So
okay,
on both sides.
Do what you do. That's on both sides. Yeah, that's.
But so Rachel's story, she says, quote, they were filming the show at the time. She says, I was in Finland jet lagged. We missed our flight to New York. It was just a mess. So I land. I can't go to sleep. I'm watching BBC. They're all like, Hillary Clinton's going to win this. And you can just tell that everything changes. And you're like, oh, great. It's going to be Trump. No one can believe it. It was so bad. She proudly says, yet if you say you're happy for Trump, you get exiled.
Just that I'm happy. I don't even talk. I do occasionally after things have gotten so bad now. At the beginning, I never said anything bad about, dude, let the results speak for themselves about the Clintons. I don't have to say things, Like, honestly, I'm not going to change anyone's mind. So I didn't really say much bad stuff. Now with the Biden laptop, with just the corruption and like the just far out craziness, and especially after I'm getting canceled and y'all hate me and I'm losing money, platform, followers, like things like that, I'll say I go with the other side now. But back then I just want to like my guy that I like. And that was, like you said, that is more venomous apparently. And you can't do that, but spewing hate is fine. It's bizarre, right?
Yeah,
Am I crazy?
No, and I know a lot of the people from The Bachelor, they got a lot of ad deals and things on their Instagram.
Mine are mostly gone.
Did you?
Oh, I did. I had a bunch of them. Oh yeah, all of them.
My
Yeah,
gosh.
all of them. Lost
It's
every single one. I have some now that are okay with the conservative stuff, but it's not the big major brands for sure.
Wow, it's crazy. So there's a lot of people from January 6th that are reaping crazy repercussions. So I have a couple of new headlines this week. One in regards to the Oath Keepers. It's crazy because the Oath Keepers was like some sort of private security group. Now they've been demonized as like the group of insurrection.
Yeah, I've heard something about them. I'm not super familiar, but yeah.
The headline from the AP this
week, I was with them on January 6th.
So the headline for the AP: elected officials, police officers were on the leaked Oath Keepers list.
Who was?
Okay. Elected officials and police officers. Turns out someone leaked a list of members of the Oath Keepers. There were thousands of people, 38,000 names of members of Oath Keepers nationwide.
38,000 of them?
Going back for years. I'm sure, over years' time, various people joined Oath Keepers. Like I had never heard of them till after January 6th.
Yeah, I've heard their name mentioned and things like this, but
so now all of these people are getting canceled, and it's a lot of these people are law enforcement, and AP talks about, well, this brings up the concern that law enforcement, there could be extremists within law enforcement, because the narrative now is that Oath Keepers are all extremists, and it's insanity. AP reports that they found the names of at least 10 people who now work as police chiefs and 11 sheriffs. All of the police chiefs and sheriffs who responded to the AP said they no longer have any ties with the group.
I bet they did. I don't blame them. I'd say that too. It'd be like me when I went out in The Bachelor. I was like, I'm not conservative. I don't know the Oath Keepers. Let me have my job and leave me alone. Yeah, I don't blame them.
It's nuts. And the story about the Oath Keepers is very deceptive. Like, I have no idea if maybe there are a handful of wild extremist people in the group. Yeah, I can't speak.
There's going to be some of that on both sides for sure. We have some on our side for sure. We do. Absolutely.
But I know that what I have looked at, there's video evidence from January 6th of what the Oath Keepers were up to, and it's completely contrary to the narrative.
What they're saying, yeah.
I posted this on my backup Instagram. Had to create a backup Instagram last week.
I should. Jeez.
Because they're after me. So if you go to my backup Instagram, ivory.news, watch the video. I actually have the cell phone video from what the Oath Keepers were actually up to that day. Totally different what the media is telling you. Nevertheless, I'm sure that all of these sheriffs and whatnot, they're going to be canceled. And it is a crazy purging of patriots.
It's going on, man. There's some of them still in jail with like no reason. Like you have to give a reason why someone's in jail, and there's a bunch of them. I feel bad for them. They're just, who knows? Some of them, there are extremists. Some of them may have had a bad plan or something like that. It was not. I know it wasn't from the top. I know it was not some big widespread. I mean, I've been very. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I thought you never asked. I'm just spinning my wine glass over here. Thank you. There you go. I chug anything, by the way, like water,
really,
Diet Coke. Yeah,
I do chug water.
Like anything I have to drink, I can't drink like a normal human. I just take a few chugs. I don't know why. It's weird. Anyway,
so the other big update this week is that the founder of Cowboys for Trump, Coy Griffin, he's now been barred from serving in public service. He was the county commissioner there in New Mexico, I guess it was. Yeah, he was a New Mexico County commissioner, but he founded a group called Cowboys for Trump. Goes out there. He didn't even enter the Capitol. And the prosecutors, the judge, they all agree to this. He didn't enter the Capitol. He didn't commit any violence. He did walk past a bicycle rack, though. You can't be walking past a bicycle rack.
What was he thinking?
So now
any
he's barred
any good
from
John Wayne
public
cowboy would have just been like, "It's a bicycle. I gotta stay back, ma'am. Hi, ma'am." Yeah, what the heck, dude?
So, yeah, this article from NBC News, they said.
So he can't hold public office at all anymore, like ever? It's just a thing?
Exactly.
That's
The
crazy.
district judge there, the state district judge said, he cited the 14th Amendment clause barring those who've taken oath to uphold the Constitution, which he had previously done. Now he's barred because he engaged in, quote, insurrection and rebellion, which he did not.
Yeah. Well, no.
He demonstrated outside of the Capitol, which is
guaranteed
under the First Amendment.
Yes, exactly. You're allowed to do that.
So these are like scary times.
It's scary times. Scary times. It's literally why I kind of just said, you know what? Screw all the my chance at going on spin-off TV shows. I'm pretty passionate, as you can see. Like I'm kind of good for TV. Just I can't help it. Like I'm very loud. You always know what's on my sleeve, right? Like I wear my heart on my sleeve, and things like that. Like I had some opportunities to do some other stuff, but I was just like, this is more important. Yeah, and it's better to be authentic. And you know what? For a while, I was like, I had that selfish side of me inside that was like, James, you should shut up about all this. Just shut up and like make country music. Go sign with one of these labels. Stop. I was talking to a few labels in Nashville who liked my music. I like that you played the opposite. Like some of these songs, I wrote them all myself, did the music, everything. And then, people are like, wow, you're actually good. You're not just a TV dude. I'm like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And then it's like 2 days later that, they'll make up some excuse every time. And I'm like, I get it. I get it. So I had to choose, and I'm glad I did this. Like now I've fallen into this kind of, I'm actually working on a couple just normal country songs, but I mostly make political country music now. It's kind of my job. And I go around speaking at different places. I write for other people still. I can't sign my name to it. I have to sign it literally an NDA before I do it to write for other people.
Wow.
Dead serious. The same people.
Because they're so embarrassed
if my name's on the credit, they could get screwed. Yeah, crazy. So thank goodness for like the Aldines kind of coming out and some people like that recently who are big. They're kind of so established. And Jason Aldean sings like such like kind of more hardcore, not just general country, more cowboy country.
Jason Aldean, I think he lost his like agent or something because his wife spoke out.
Yeah, Brittany. Yeah, she's a stud. She came out about all this weird like indoctrination of kids. Like what the heck? It should be
gender surgery.
Yeah, it should be a thing across the board. Don't mess with our kids, dude. Don't make our kids weird. They're not old enough.
So this brings us to you're planning a protest. Tell me about this.
It's gonna be huge. In Katy, Texas, everyone come. Are most of your followers from the Houston area?
They are, yeah.
Okay.
But I got people worldwide, but
I know you do. I know who you are, dude. You're wearing leather pants. Yeah, you got people worldwide.
Houston people, come out.
Come out September 24th, Katy, Texas. We're meeting right by First Christian Church. I'll tell you why that's in parentheses and air quotes in a second. Right next to First Christian Church is the Methodist Church there. They're letting us use their place, 4 p.m. on the 24th. It's a Saturday this month, so it's getting close. First Christian Church is hosting a drag bingo for kids, teaching them about inclusivity and drag. Kids, a church takes it. There's not enough places in this wicked world they can learn about drag. There's a million places. Go to Montrose, Houston, right? You'll be good. But no, this church in Katy, Texas, my freaking hometown, right by where I used to live off Morton Road, is having a drag bingo. And they want kids to come and teach them about drag instead of like Jesus bingo, Bible bingo. No, it's a church. It'd be like a butcher shop being like, I'm going to put on a vegetarian summit, Like it's just, what are you trying to do? Just mess the world up and piss me off? Anyway, yeah, so we're going. Dude, tons of people are coming. Alex Stein's coming. Bryson Gray. I love his music. Wow. We did a song together called Turn Back to God, or it's called God Save America. And he's coming out. He's flying out. Nice. There's a ton of people. Alan West is coming. Nice. There's so many people coming.
What's the date again?
The 24th. You should come.
Yeah.
Come.
I'll cover it. Yeah,
I'll host you one of these days. We can do a little pre-interview. My setup isn't as cool as hers, but anyway, yeah, it's going to be cool. And we're just having speakers out there. There's some great speakers. Me and Bryson are putting on some music. And then we're going to have signs, bring some signs. We're going to have a bunch pre-made, but try to bring some. And just like, we're just trying to we're not against any community. That's the thing. And we told the Methodist church where we're staying at there, hey, we're not against the gay community. I think like gays against child trafficking or something is coming out there to support. But we're not against any community. All we are against is sexualizing our children, our kids.
Right, because a lot of this drag costume is highly sexual.
It's nasty. You see the pictures, you're like, why is there a 7-year-old hanging on some guy or girl's boobs and she's wearing nothing on a pole? And he's like, yeah, let me tip her. Like, you grow up to be a little weird when you do, like, that's just not, it's not, you shouldn't have your childhood like that. If you want to get into that later, I'm all about, being, this country is, you can do what you want, but make sure you're an adult before you're able to promote that in a church. And as adults, like, that's not a consenting person. So that freaks me out and it's sad. And I don't want that in Katie. I get to be a youth minister one summer in Lakeway, best time of my life. I've counseled kids for a long time, and just like, I mean, they're just sweet and good and so impressionable. And like, to see them, instead of what we had for them at the places I've been a part of, see them going to that kind of stuff on their free time is just sad,
Yeah.
And some of them probably aren't even, their parents are just like, send them to an after school thing or like do something. There's some bad parents out there that have no clue what their kids are doing. Send them to a church. They'll be fine, and then they find that crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
These kids being given dollars to like stick in like the lingerie of
the
of a transgender person who's doing drag. So it's just really sexualized for the kids. And I mean, if you want to dress however you want, that's your freedom.
If you want to wear leather pants, I almost matched you, dude. I was going to wear some leather pants here. Wear some drag here. Why not? I can do that. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, I'm not against any of that. And like some of my best,
I wasn't really going to do that.
My former best friend from Houston was gay and all this. I'm not against that at all.
Did he cancel you too because of
I think he's very afraid of me right now because he was in corporate news too.
And
all the corporate news people are very afraid of me, and I respect that. Some of them are not, and I respect them even more. But I respect the people who are afraid of me because they're afraid of losing their salaries and all this, and hopefully they can make their way out of that fear eventually. But in the meantime, I have grace for them. But he doesn't talk to me anymore. We used to be very close.
Yeah.
But
I have some friends in the Bachelor world and music world who believe what I believe, and they're not vocal. And some of them more recently, maybe in the past year and a half, have been like, hey man, these late night, probably drunk texts, I don't know. And they'll be like, hey man, like, I believe the way you do. We've had talks about this, but like, I just can't say it because I'm doing this and my wife and like whatever. And I honestly, like, I hope anybody watching, like, I get that. I understand it's this life is not for everybody to go be out there and risk being canceled. Some people don't get another shot like you. You've done well with it. I'm luckily turning around and doing well with it now. I got to go meet the president the other day, and they're
I put that picture on the thumbnail of this video.
He's like. Like the Trumps were jamming my song, like, great again. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. What the heck? Song hit like 15 million plays, and I made it all myself. No money marketing, not $1 marketing, no promotion. Didn't even pay to be on a playlist. Just all just word of mouth, and like, so it's done well for me. But it doesn't work well for everyone, and especially if you have a family and a stable job, and you're not like a musician that can kind of just be like, I don't need labels anymore, because now we all have access to. There's not just the old school where you're Elvis and you put out a record, right? And it has to be through a company, or how else do you do it? Now we all have access to get on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. But not everyone has that luxury. So I get it. If you need to just kind of say what you say and do what you do in your own life and live how you live, and like live a way that agrees with the way I preach and you kind of preach, cool. And then maybe one day you'll get to a point like what you were saying, where you either won't care, or you'll have another way to make money, or you'll be set. So it's not for everybody. And I don't judge some people for kind of holding off a little.
Yeah. I don't judge that, because fear is a hard thing to overcome. And I've had a lot of fear in my life, but when you overcome that, let your authenticity shine, you're just a happier person. And happiness is what really matters in life, because life is fleeting, and the money comes and goes, but your happiness every day is fleeting.
I like that.
And I know
it's a good message right there.
Sometimes money is attached to happiness.
Yeah, a little bit.
That is true. But ultimately true happiness is not attached to money. When you can be authentic, that's
You're right.
that's what's really
You're
attached
right.
to happiness. So that's why I made the decision I made. I didn't know that I would land solidly on my feet.
Yeah.
Which I did.
Me either.
I'm happy, but I think that, you know, I was willing at the time to lose everything.
Take the risk. Yep.
Because I was so disgusted with the news lying to people.
Yeah.
And so I think if everyone, you know, because I just valued truth more. So just pick your values, realize what matters most.
Yeah.
And take that leap.
I agree almost wholeheartedly. That just inspired me, by the way. That was really sweet and like just a good thing. Thank you for saying that. And that makes me relive when I was in that moment. Like, man, I'm just going to do this. Might lose it all. And I remember my little brother being like, don't put that song on your album. You know, I just put that tweet out and it didn't go well. I was like, I'm doubling down. I believe in this. I'm doing it. And I'm going to hope I land on my feet. And God took care of me. My faith took care of me. And you know, the world took care of me. And I was more happy, right? Like even way poorer and doing worse than I was before. I was still happy. But the only people I would say that I kind of get is I have a buddy in mind who, you know, he's a dad, a wife that doesn't work, and a couple kids. And like for him, and I know where he works, I'm like, if he said something, he'd lose that job. And that job is like their whole family's dependent on him.
Wow.
So like maybe wait till they're a little more grown. I get it. But yeah, if you're somebody like us, you're single, you're young, and you believe in yourself, this country is the best country in the world. There are a million different ways to go make a good living doing something you love and you're proud of. So anybody like that, which is speaking to 95% of the people like you were, do it. Just follow your heart.
And now's the time to keep this all in mind when you're job hunting. Am I getting into a crazy woke company? Do I want to do this, or do I want to pick a
where I'm going to have to every day walk on eggshells? Like you said, that lady coming in crying, you're like, I can't celebrate right now. Right. Yeah. Be careful what company you get in. Absolutely.
They can throw fits about hating the guy who won, but you know, anyone who likes it.
If you're just happy of the guy who won, you're outcast. You're here on this couch, the outcast.
This is a wonderful outcast couch. You know, it's better here. So I'm
pretty bouncy. We're getting back up there. We're making our way back.
So, you know, I have been covering daily news on my podcast. The big news is the Queen of England's death, which we have not talked about her death yet. I mean, she's not from my country. No. But no, I mean, I'm sorry to the people of the UK for losing your queen. Get this, did you know she actually represents a lot of nations? I just recently realized this.
Well, Australia, part of Canada, maybe?
We have a web tab on this. So the United Kingdom, they control 14 different nations.
Really?
A Commonwealth realm is a country which has the Queen as its monarch. Of course, now they have a new king, but 14 different Commonwealth countries around the world, including the Bahamas, Belize, Canada, Grenada, Jamaica, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, St. Christopher and Nevis, St. Lucia, and Tuvalu. I'm not familiar if that must be an island nation. So she was the ruler of all of those.
Yeah.
And they all lost their queen.
They they ruled the world pretty much at one time, you know. We were part of them at one time. But I don't have too much to say other than when I was in Australia, that was a weird thing. You mentioned New Zealand. New Zealand's right by Australia, and I lived there for 3 months in Australia. Loved my time there. The people were really weird. Great people. I shouldn't say weird. They were awesome people. I loved them. I loved the place. I lived right by Bondi Beach. It was beautiful. And then flew just like an hour to New Zealand. And like, I wish I love the U.S. and I love Texas, but like if that didn't exist, I'd be in New Zealand. And like part of me still wishes I was there. It's just, you could close your eyes and just with your phone, just take a picture and it'd be a postcard. Just beautiful. And it was funny. I remember asking them and because I've been, politically interested for a while, and I was just asking questions to the people in Australia and New Zealand. I'm like, does it kind of bother you? You're like kind of beholden to like a queen, but you're not really like, you kind of have your own thing. And they're like, no, we love her. We love it. Just we're so American that we like are like, no one should be over me. Like we're, the government, like we control the government. It's the power of the people, right?
Yeah.
So of the people, for the people, all that stuff. So and by the people. But that concept's a little foreign to them. I was not shocked. I'll say that. Like Australia used to be kind of like bad A, I feel like. I was not shocked whenever all this weird COVID stuff happened. And Australia kind of just like became super submissive. And then I dragging them through the streets, messed up stuff.
Yeah.
They're a little more submissive than I would have thought. Like, Steve-O and good day. Like, I'm a stud. I'm going to go out here and I'm fine, right? No, they were a little more submissive. But all that to say, they loved the Queen. The people who I've met who are from abroad loved her. Great legacy. I don't have too much to say. I focus more on American stuff. She didn't affect my life. Sadly, people die every day. And
she's 96.
She's 96. She lived a good life. I liked her. I wish Diana could have been someone great like that. Could have been the next queen. Someone everyone liked and like got behind. But it is what it is, and it's sad for them. And I took a second, a little silence. Like, man, I'm just my whole life. You hear things, and it's usually good about her. She was a class act.
Right.
Well, about all I know about her.
I didn't realize. So after 9/11, she did something special for America. I didn't realize, because I didn't have much to think about her. I know people in America think she's controversial. Like, oh my gosh, she was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. And look,
so are a lot of them. I don't know.
England is who we gained our independence from. So do we like England?
Yeah, I'm not a huge England fan. They're okay.
Yeah, I was like, dude, my ancestors fought for our independence because you guys were inflicting tyranny upon us.
We fought up the line from her, a few kings and queens, right? Yeah,
exactly.
You're right.
But here's what made me like her more yesterday.
Okay,
I learned about her death. I was like, well, does this affect me? But she did something really nice for America after 9/11. We have a clip of this. She commanded that the changing of guards outside of Buckingham Palace, she had them the whole orchestra play the national anthem.
Oh, wow.
On September 12th. Here it is.
And we are told that at the request of the Queen, the Coldstream Guards Band played the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's listen.
I loved seeing that so much. And this was, it says here, nothing like that had occurred in 600 years.
I bet that's kind of cool. The country that like left you and fought you and beat you in a bloody war, like you have the respect to play their national anthem. Okay, Queen went up in my book. I'm a little more sad now. I'm not gonna lie. That's imagine someone beating you and claiming independence, and you like kill your Pete, like, and then you play the national anthem after a day like that. It's pretty awesome. It's cool.
Yeah, it was. So,
and every time I hear that song, I still get goosebumps. I just love that song.
So best of luck to her son, Prince Charles, who is now the king of England.
Yeah, King of England. He's gone up a little bit. Speaking of people going up, people used to be like, let's skip Charles and do the grandson, I think. Like that was a thing.
Wow.
People kind of wanted that, but he's gained some favor lately. I think just doing the right things. Unlike Harry, he's kind of stayed the course. So, again, I remember Princess Diana dying when I was a kid. I was like, I didn't have the mental capacity, the like heart capacity, I guess, to be like, I should cry now. But I remember being sad watching that. Elton John singing, and oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
remember that at
beautiful
all.
song. Oh, you don't?
I don't think we even had TV when
I'm a little older, and I
How
remember
old are
watching
you?
it. I'm 36. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, yeah, well, we're close.
Yeah, so.
But I was like almost in tears. I couldn't cry about anything probably other than like my toy being broken back then. But I was like, this is so sad. And I watched it. I was like, this lady like going through this tunnel, like everyone loved her. You could just tell they really loved her there. They did. They loved her. And so I wish it would have been someone like that to take over that they're proud of, especially after that nice gesture from the queen. But, you know, I think this guy will be okay. He'll be a good king. I don't know what kings do. I don't think anything. But
I don't know. What do they do right now?
Nothing really.
You're not supposed to know. That's they really have a stranglehold on the tabloid media. Let's just do puff pieces about our outfits. We'll pay you heaps of money to make sure that we just have nice puff pieces on the tabloids.
Yeah.
You know, and what we actually do, controlling all these 14 nations around the world. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Don't even know. Like I didn't even know that. I knew they had a couple. I think I said Australia was one, but they still have. I think they still have her on some money. Like places in Canada have her on some money. I believe. Am I an idiot? Maybe I'm an idiot.
Wow.
But I'm serious. There's some places
Her
that
face
like
on the bills.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's not wrong. Maybe it's wrong.
Okay. So
but
before we wrap this up, let's check this comment section. Anyone commenting? I know you guys hate when I have dudes on my show.
I know. I'm sorry.
you guys love my
identify as a woman. Okay.
If he identifies as
think I'm hot and watch.
What's up? Okay. JJ's controlling the comment section.
Creepy. I don't like it. What are they?
They're commenting about Bryson Gray. He had a top hit song about hating Joe Biden this past year, which shows that there is a monstrous percentage of Americans.
Bryson's the man, dude. He's super talented. I mean,
there's
check Bryson Gray out.
Huge amount of Americans who are right wing, and they need to all stop being in the closet. Everyone start being real.
Yeah.
What's up? Okay. Nothing wrong with a woman drinking too much. We're scrolling back the comments. Oh, you're showing some love for the girl from The Bachelor. Or you're showing love for my empty bottle here. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome. Okay.
That's fine. We love y'all anyway.
Cool. Well, JJ, click on the click on a few of them. Click on a few of the comments. They're sending us red flags.
Yeah, what are the red flags for? We don't know. Give some context.
Of course, they're not purging all the people involved in the Epstein and those involved in the trafficking. Yeah, those are the people who have a safe spot in Hollywood, right? Because they're all in that together. We'll learn more of that later, hopefully. My YouTube's been on the hairy edge of deletion.
I don't post much on YouTube. I'm very close on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, if I talk about these machine companies, YouTube is best buddies with that machine company.
Oh, they must be. Yeah. Oh, I bet they are.
Someone's asking about you right here.
Okay. Is this the
I've seen fire? No, it's my dad. I'm just kidding. No, I'm my name just happens to be James Taylor.
This is the other James
Taylor.
Yeah,
he's the man. He's super liberal, but who cares? See, I don't cancel people if they're liberal. I still love his music. He's one of the best. He may be the best pure singer-songwriter ever. Just pull out a guitar and play something you wrote with just a guitar. He's the man. Yeah, no, I'm not him. Love him.
Well, what I've heard of your music so far is really pretty. Jason, can you bring up his Spotify there? It's the green tab. Where can people find your music stuff? Because you're about to drop something.
Yeah. I have a new song coming out that's big for Texans. It's called No Beto. It's coming out. It's coming.
No Beto?
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Beto O'Rourke.
Beto O'Rourke. Can't stand that guy. It'd be the worst thing ever for Texas. That honestly may be, another thing I love about Trump is kind of bringing back feudalism and COVID and making your own states in charge of you. What a novel idea. Can you believe that? So I love that. And our states are important. Our governors are super important, maybe more important in Texas than who's the president. So am I the biggest Abbott fan? I'm not. He's good. He's good. He could have been.
Not from Texas are like, wait, Abbott's great, right? The Texas governor.
He's okay. He's not DeSantis.
Texans remember when Abbott took away all our freedoms in 2020.
We do.
Because Fauci told him to.
He did, and DeSantis stood up to that. And we like being the leader here in Texas, not following somebody in Florida. So not cool with us, really. Still love him. Still love him way more than Beto is the main point. So anyway, No Beto comes out Monday. I'm stoked about it. Y'all check it out. No Beto, James McCoy Taylor. It's a fun song.
Thanks for the super chat. You two are awesome. Love watching you guys. Thanks, 200 Watt Studio. I appreciate that.
200 watts, baby.
All right. Well, go follow James McCoy Taylor on Instagram, on Spotify, all that. I linked his Instagram and Spotify on in my description.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
And
Cheers.
Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you guys later.
Stay out of fantasy suites, everybody.